Now that we've established that the universe had a beginning, which Moses scribed in Genesis 1:1 3,500 years ago, but wasn't proven until about 100 years ago by Edwin Hubble, we now have to see if there's any components of design in the universe. One of the arguments from atheists is that the universe has no purpose, no design, no good, no evil, just blind, pitiless indifference, as Richard Dawkins said in his book, River Out of Eden. So if you look at the universe and the systems within it, especially life, you can make your own determination as to whether it seems like it was designed for a purpose, as in a purpose being life, human life, especially if God does exist, the God of the Bible. Prior to 100 years ago, materialists and atheists believed that the universe was eternal, and that was the way that they could describe reality without needing to invoke God as a causal explanation. But now that we know the universe is in effect, we have to determine its cause. At the moment the universe came into existence, at the moment of the Big Bang, the universe has what are called constants. It has strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, which binds atoms together. It has a gravitational constant, which is gravity. The force of gravity has a cosmological constant, the force that's expanding the universe. If these parameters were not what's called finely tuned, there could not be life in the universe. So today I want to look at the gravitational constant specifically until we move on to a few others in other videos. The gravitational constant, which is basically gravity, what keeps our planet going around the sun, what keeps our sun within our galaxy, what keeps the moon going around Earth, it's so finely tuned that if it were altered in one part in 10 to the 60th power, so 1 part in 10, the number 1 with 60 zeros after it, an astronomically high number. If it were fine-tuned in either direction, whether more or less, we would not be here. If it were just a bit higher by 1 part in 10 to the 60, the universe would collapse upon itself. There would be no stars, no planets. If it were expanding too fast, if it were 1 part in 10 to the 60 less powerful, stars and planets and galaxies wouldn't have formed. Then you cannot have life in the universe because there would be no Earth or a sun to go around. So the gravitational constant is one of those finely tuned parameters that appear to have been set and on a dial, just like if you're playing a video game and you have to choose the settings before you play the game for your game experience. Gravity seems to be set so finely tuned to an astronomically finite number that allows for life to exist in the universe. And that's just 1 out of 26 constants that are finely tuned for life in the universe. So think about gravity today, be grateful for it, but also realize if it were just slightly different in 1 to the 10 to the 60th power, either direction, we would not be here. That's evidence of design for a purpose.